Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to review the Netflix movie The Cloverfield Paradox, the movie that surprised us all and was dropped the other night straight after the Super Bowl. The trailer was first revealed at the Super Bowl and then it became immediately available on Netflix to watch, which was a nice surprise for a lot of fans. Now, for me, I'm not a super fan or by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to the Cloverfield movies. I'm not even a big fan of the first one. I think it's okay. Um, I very much enjoyed 10 Cloverfield Lane, but it took me a long time to see that. It was only last year I saw that film, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. I thought it was very, very good. I thought it was better than Cloverfield. But it was hard to see any connection between the movies. So um, the hope for me, certainly in this movie, that finally some questions would start to be answered, and what is the link between all these movies? And thankfully, we do, to a certain degree, start getting some answers here. And what is this movie about? Well, I think it's set in the near future, and there is a team of astronauts on a space station in orbit, and there is an energy crisis on Earth. And on Earth, there are tensions running high, threats of war, people are running out of energy, and things aren't looking pretty good on the ground. So this team on the space station have one job, and that job is to set off this particle emitter sort of thing that will, hopefully, if it works, generate like an endless supply of fresh new energy to the Earth. And you see at the beginning that they try it numerous times over a couple of years, and it consistently fails. And then the one time it does work, and they think they've succeeded, it all goes wrong, and it actually jolts them into a new dimension. And in this new dimension, it takes them a while to figure it out. Things aren't as they seem. And they've got to fight to try and get back to their own dimension to try and save their own Earth. And that's the very simplified version of the basic story of this film. I'm not going to go into too many spoilers here because this is the kind of film, especially if you're a fan of this series, that you want to watch without any spoilers. Okay, but that being said, I'm going to try hard to explain some parts of this movie the best I can. What worked with this movie? Well, what I think worked with this movie is very, very good cast. They all worked well together. Impressive cast, great effects, great writing, nicely built tension. What didn't work for me in this film was, again, lots of questions without answers. I don't think some of the things added up. For example, they end up in a new dimension, and ultimately it kind of explains how the creature in the first Cloverfield appeared and what happened at the end of 10 Cloverfield Lane, how that came to be. And this movie goes some way to explaining how that comes to be. So it does tie them all together. I think that's fairly undeniable here. But what I think it doesn't really explain is, why there's a space station that, is trying to eat people's arms off. Why, when they shifted dimensions, all the worms ended up inside somebody. There was a lot of weird stuff happened that were great, added to the tension of the movie and the horror elements of the movie, but to me just didn't make an awful lot of sense, and they were just there for the filmmaking process, if you like, to try and add drama and tension to the movie. But that being said, I thought this was a very, very good addition to the Cloverfield series of films. It links them all together, I think, well. Answers some questions for fans. I mean, I've looked at theories and stuff on the internet following this movie, and it all seems to tie together. Hurts my head trying to think about it all, but I'm sure there's plenty of people out there will enjoy trying to figure it all out, and they have. And it all seems to make sense when you put it all together. The problem I have with that is if you've got to go researching on the internet to try and link all your movies together and try and figure out how they all work, you kind of fail. You've got to try and do it a bit better in your movie. Um, sometimes I just want to watch a movie, enjoy it. Yeah, make it a bit clever, make it fun, make it intellectual if you want, but also, let me leave, and I don't want to go and start researching, the movie all the time. But it's an enjoyable movie, great addition to the Cloverfield universe,